Alright, I hit the wrong button, so we're going to have a part 7 here. As we do the air brake system study. So markings on the brake chambers can indicate the type of chamber. On long stroke chambers, only long stroke diaphragms can be used. And seeing the square ports are the best giveaway that you have a long stroke chamber, because the air lines will go into square ports, and it's only square ports on a long stroke chamber. And standard brakes chambers always have round ports. So don't forget to measure the push rod stroke. So chalk the wheels, get the air pressure to 90 psi. There are two methods. You can mark the push rod at a fixed point or measure the released position of the push rod to a fixed point at the brake chamber. You next raise or lower the air pressure of the primary and secondary 90 to 100 psi. Shut off the engine. Press and hold the pedal fully applied. Determine the push rod stroke. Depending on your methods of the fixed points, measure how far the push rod has come out. Remember to find the number, size, and type of the brake chamber. Check the chart for measurements of the adjustment limit. Any chambers exceeding the adjustment limit need repair. When the service brakes are applied, the push rod extends out from the chamber. Any brakes applied, the push rod extends out from the chamber. Generally, there will be a brake stroke indicator that will be seen when the push rod stroke is exceeded. Automatic slack adjusters work very well, but the driver must still perform the brake inspection routine. Drivers can be certified to adjust manual slack adjusters themselves, but automatic slack adjusters can only be adjusted by a mechanic. At a practical examination, you must use wheel chocks, have a stopwatch, know the size and type of all brake chambers on your vehicle, a means of holding the service brake in an on position. You need a tape measure to measure the push rod stroke. You need your chart of the brake adjustment limits. You need protective headgear, protective eyewear, and prepare the vehicle for inspection by applying the spring brakes and put the chocks in place. Visually inspect the foundation brakes and visually inspect for brake contact, damage, missing components, cracked, loose, or contaminated brake linings, the lining thickness, the drum contact. At each brake chamber, listen for air leaks. Look for cracks or non-manufactured holes. Also, look for mismatched air brake chamber sizes, especially on the steering axle. Mismatched slack adjuster lengths, especially on the steering axle. Inspect the drums and rotors for cracks and breaks. Inspect all air lines. Listen. Look for damage or worn lines. Check the air tank security. Look at the compressor for loose dry belts or pulley, loose, cut, or frayed belt. Check the security of the compressor, of course with the engine not running. Don't forget how to check the low air warning device below 55 psi is defective. Air pressure buildup time 600 to 900 rpm. Go from 80 psi. Time it from 85 to 100 psi. It should take no more than 2 minutes. Any defects you have to report, and you cannot drive the vehicle. Test the airline's full pressure, then in 1 minute check how much pressure is lost and if when holding the service brake. And don't forget to check the specs to see how much psi your vehicle is supposed to lose when doing that test. To test the tractor protection valve, normal air pressure. Pull out the tractor protection valve, remove the service line from the trailer or its storage location. Make sure the end is open. Press and hold the brake pedal. If you do not know if the vehicle has anti-compounding valve, make sure the chocks are on and the spring brakes are released. No air should exit from the glad hand open end. So pull out the tractor protection valve, remove the service line, which is the blue line, or the blue glad hand usually, from the trailer or its storage position. Make sure the end is open. Press and hold the brake pedal. If you do not know if the vehicle has an anti-compounding valve, make sure the chocks are on and the spring brakes are released. No air should exhaust from the glad hand open end. Test the auto application of the trailer spring brakes. Push in the trailer supply valve. Open. Wait for the trailer to have normal air pressure. Close or pull out the trailer supply valve. Air pressure should be heard exhausting from the trailer spring brakes. Apply the service brake. And apply the throttle pedal and do a light tug test. To test the spring brake, parking and emerge, apply the spring brakes, remove the wheel chocks or blocks, and do a gentle tug test. And again, don't forget to inspect the air tank valves. They must be in good working order. Alright, so that's it for the reading through the handbook. And I'm going to do one more video, and it's going to be a quick practical test with all the info.